the entire masjid will be problematic. Yes?
The ghusl of Jumu'ah has to be done right before Jumu'ah, or could be done like the night?
All the way from Fajr, between Fajr time to Jumu'ah. And if you do it, the closest to the Salat al-Jumu'ah is better. The closest, the better, because the meaning is what? Everybody goes to the congregation clean, smells good. We have another sunnah that the person also wears some perfume. You have itr, you have perfume, you smell good, and you have the full shower and so on.
But the Arabic day starts after the Maghrib, right? Yes.
The new day starts after Maghrib. Yes, but if you're gonna get the shower, go sleep and stuff, you're gonna have the sweat. So the very meaning of the shower is gone. Like from Fajr time all the way to Jum'ah, and ulama would mention the closest to Jum'ah, the better. You do it close to Jum'ah. And we mentioned that more than one, if you have more than one reason, even if one of them is sunnah like this, like if the person wakes up on the day of Jum'ah and he has intercourse before that, so he should have a shower because of intercourse. And then it's also the day of Jum'ah, and there is a recommended ghusl for Jum'ah. One ghusl would be enough, but you have the intention to do both of them, you get the reward for all of them. Or even if you have more actions like this. More actions can be done with one intention. This is number one. We have 17 of them. Number two is
الغسل بعد غسل الميت.
ماشي بس احنا let's follow the order. Jum'ah, we have things like Jum'ah. The cause of what? If in case of congregation, yes. We have another congregation which is the two Eids, Eid al-Fitr and Eid al-Adha. The Eid al-Fitr after Ramadan, Eid al-Adha, the 10th of Dhul Hijjah, the last month of Islamic calendar. So Eid the dalil for Eid al-Fitr, Sayyidina Abdullah ibn Umar, the companion of the Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, used to make it on the day of Eid. And it's obvious he would not just do it by himself like this. He did it because most likely he saw the Prophet ﷺ doing that. And we do not have any dalil for Eid al-Adha, but it's same thing, the same meaning. So قاسوه على يعني عيد الفطر وكذا. غسل صلاة الاستسقاء, to pray for the congregation of istisqa, prayer to ask for rain, which is a separate prayer. صلاة الكسوف, كسوف الشمس and خسوف القمر, we have a prayer for eclipse of the sun and eclipse of the moon. Two different congregations. So the meaning is congregations like this, you should have a ghusl before it. Qiyas and ala, all of these things are adopted by ulama in the based on the qiyas, which is an analogical deduction. They say it's the same thing like Jum'ah, Friday, like the other congregation that we have dalil for. So they said it's also recommended to do ghusl in these prayers. One of them is al-ghusl min ghasl al-mayyit. If somebody washes a dead body, it's recommended for him to make ghusl. In one hadith, the Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, whoever washes a dead body, let him do a ghusl. Some ulama would call it, they said, okay, everybody who washes a dead person, he should make ghusl. But actually, again, this is the job of ulama. You have to look at all the hadith, all the text in regard. They looked at this hadith, and they also looked at another hadith, which is Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam says, ليس عليكم في غسل ميتكم أو في غسل ميتكم غسل إذا غسلتموه فإن ميتكم ليس بنجس. There is no ghusl that is a must on you if you wash a dead body, because the dead body is not impure, is not najis. So it means what? Recommended. It's recommended to have a full shower after it, if you put the two hadith together. Al-ghuslu idha aslam al-kafir, somebody was asking, if somebody accepts Islam, it's recommended for him to make ghusl. What is the reason? We have one hadith, Qais ibn Asim, somebody by the name of Qais ibn Asim came to Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam. I came to Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam and أريد الإسلام, and I wanted to accept Islam. فأمرني أن أغتسل بماء وسد. He ordered me to get a full shower that has some sid, which is like something like the soap with perfume or so. And it's not, Ulama said it, why it's not a must? Why it's not a must? Because in Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam we had many cases he did not order every single person to do the ghusl. Yes, he ordered this person to make the ghusl, but we do have other cases that he did not order them. He said, go and make ghusl first or so. That's why we do not say it's wajib. If it's wajib, he would order every single person who would come to accept Islam to go and make ghusl. He didn't do that. He did it one time or few times, so it means it's just recommended for these people. They are the state of Janaba, but in Islam we have a hadith that Islam yahdimu ma qabl. Islam removes everything before it. Removes the sins, removes everything, anything before Islam. The person, when he accepts Islam, it's as if he is in the day his mother delivered him. He turned the page completely. This is day one for him. Some ulama would say it's a must, which is also strong opinion. One of the recommended ghusl is ghusl al-majnuni idha afaq. If the mad person, the person who was in the state of junoon or madness or so, if he becomes, he retains his consciousness, recommended for him to have a full ghusl. Same thing for the person in coma. If he was in coma after retaining consciousness, recommended for him to make ghusl. Ghusl al-ihram, ghusl to get into the state of ihram, when the person goes to make hajj or umrah, after removing all the regular clothes, you put the two sheets of ihram. Before you do this, better recommended to have ghusl. And this, Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam did it. Zayd ibn Thabit narrated that the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he said, I saw the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam tajarrada li hilalihi wa ightasal. He took all of his clothes and he had a full ghusl before his ihlal, before getting to the state of ihram. Al-ghusl li dukhuli Makkah, to have a full shower before you get to Mecca. If you go to visit Mecca, it's also sunnah recommended to have a full ghusl. Sayyidina Abdullah ibn Umar used to do that before he gets to Mecca. قالوا تعظيما لها. If the person is going to make hajj or umrah or even visit Mecca like this, better to have ghusl before you enter Mecca. Same for dukhul al-Medina. If the person is going to visit the Medina of the Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam, تعظيما لها, and out of this place is different. You have to have, not you have to, meaning recommended, highly recommended for the person to have a full shower before getting to the Medina of the Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Also for wuquf bi'Arafah, before you get to Arafah, the person is recommended to have a ghusl. Imam Malik narrated in the Muwatta from Abdullah ibn Umar, he used to make ghusl for his ihram, before he starts the state of ihram, for entering Mecca, and لوقوفه عشية عرفة, for standing on Arafah, or going to Arafah the night before. And we have other ghusl that are not very strong, supported by dalil or so, and even it's some ulama, they said it's not recommended. They are mabit bi Muzdalifah, staying overnight in Muzdalifah, in one of the actions of Hajj, tawaf, before the person goes in and makes tawaf, and Rami al-Jimar, before throwing the pebbles. But these last three, they are not, according to many ulama, they are not supported at all by anything, so it's not sunnah to do them, according to some ulama. These are all the Aghsal al-Masnuna, or the recommended ghusl to do, and by this we come to the end of tonight's session, inshallah. So do you have any question?
You didn't mention the way we should make ghusl, how we start. The way to make ghusl.
We mentioned if the person gets the niyyah, and you get water, you get under the shower, or you get to a swimming pool, or water comes over the entire body with anything, in any form, this is what is needed, what is essential. You want to do like the Prophet ﷺ, you have full wudu before it, and then Nabi ﷺ used to start with his private parts. He used to start actually with washing his hands, private parts. Then he start with the right side of the body, the left side of the body, then pouring water over the head and the entire body, then riding the right foot and the left foot. This is how this is what we said. The ulama would say, is it a must or not? So some would say yes, you have to. Some would say it's only recommended. It's not a must to rub the entire body.
Private parts going to nullify the wudu?
Excuse me?
If you wash your private parts after you make a wudu, does it nullify the wudu?
Yeah, but you're gonna have a ghusl. It's not only this wudu that you would use to make salah. It's just you make wudu before it as a form. This is how Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam did it. But you're not gonna use this wudu after you touch your private parts. You're not gonna use only this wudu to make salah, because you will have a full shower. And some say do the private parts first. Do them first, then have full wudu, then pour the water over the entire body. Anything confusing, Brother Hanif?
Yeah, a lot.
What?
First you say you're going to go ahead and do complete wudu first.
Okay.
So you've already done your wudu. Then you say you're going to touch your private